Hello and welcome back. On the last episode, someone shot Pig. We presume it to be a traitor, but as we know, since we've been down this line before, we know that Pig was the traitor. So an innocent person, quote unquote innocent, has shot Pig. Unprovoked. Just as Pig, I think, was about to confess to us that she is the other traitor. Monkey is tied up, so we know for sure it's not one of the traitor's personalities. Yeah. So basically, it's a matter of finding out who did it. I forgot who I thought it was before. I think it was Ox that I suspected. Even though it'd be out of character for Ox, I guess. It would be in character for Dog, but I don't suspect Dog. Horse, definitely not. Yeah, see, so it's a bunch of people, a bunch of things I don't know. Anyway, if you're looking to find everybody, why don't you start with Tiger and Bunny? I believe they're in a classroom right on top of those stairs right there. To the right, sorry. Alright, I'll do just that. Thanks for the advice, Monkey. Don't mention it. I'm only here to help. And so I raced over to the staircase that Monkey mentioned. The mix of emotions in my chest were complicated and powerful. They pushed me afterwards, and with a very determined energy. Climbing the stairs, I didn't even hear my feet touch the steps. One moment I was on the first floor, the next I was on the second. There, just like Monkey said, Tiger and Bunny were in the nearby classroom. Tiger, Bunny. I wanted to start with the bad news, but something stopped me. What if one of them was the murderer? Then we just asked them, you know, about if they'd ever separated. That fear tugged at my heart. It was a new feeling, a bad feeling. What is it? Did either of you just leave one another's sight? No. That's the whole point of pairing up, right? Yeah, we've been searching everywhere with each room, Rouse. With each other, most. Under my breath, it was a sigh of relief. Why, did something happen? Pig's been shot. She's dead. I like how the looks of surprise and concern across their faces were genuine, but Tiger's sprite is a thumbs up. That is poor. That's unfortunate, really. Anyway. The look of surprise and concern. Yeah. Neither of them were the culprit. That's horrible. It was also because they didn't separate. Unless they did it together, I guess, then there's no point of lying. Do you know who did it? No, they shot through the door and ran. Damn it. Who would do something that terrible? To just shoot somebody and flee. That's just cowardice. Isn't it? Yeah, it sucks, Tiger. Anyway, I'm trying to get the group in one place as soon as possible. A sensible approach. So you're saying we should head down to the cafeteria? Yeah, as soon as possible. Got you. Alright, you go ahead and do that, Tiger. You're not coming? I'm going to scoop the classrooms in this hallway first. See if anybody's around so I can tell them what's happening. That statement gave me a pause. It was reasonable enough, but Bunny had an alibi when Pig was shot. So it would have been fine, right? But suggesting it like that felt manipulative. That's a good idea, Bunny. Mind if I tag along? If you want to, sure thing. Okay, well, I'll just go wait in the cafeteria then. You guys be sure to look around quick, right? Will do. Okay, and so now I partnered with Bunny, while Tiger was off on her own. Bunny and I didn't make much conversation after all. We were keeping a quick pace. A sense of urgency still flowed through my veins. We checked room after room after room, looking through them and trying to find other people. But it seemed the second floor was a complete wasteland. When we made it to the other side of the building, we decided that to take the staircase back down to the first floor and look around there. There on the first floor we saw a horse standing in the hallway looking into the library. looking distressed. Hey, horse, there's something you have to hear. Actually, first, we're sheep. As we approached him and began to get a view of the library, I got an answer to the question in the worst way. In the library, limp against the bookshelf, sheep lay motionless. God damn it! Not sheep. Why sheep? Sheep's harmless. Keep sheep alive until the last, because then problem solved. Really, but not only sheep, but sheep dead, but also tiger. What happened? Tiger, what did you do? Who did you lose to? The only person you could have lost to was possibly dragon and possibly horse. But horse is standing there in disbelief, so I doubt it. To my utter shock and disbelief, Tiger lay in the middle of the library floor, blood leaking from her neck. From her neck. Okay, so she was stabbed? What the hell? This is... Immediately, I felt my stomach drop. It wasn't sadness or horror, it was disgust that filled me. I weakly wandered away from the scene, only to begin retching into the hallway. I just couldn't hold it in. The scene was so viscerally vile. Sheep and Tiger dead? Dead like that? Dead permanently? No, there's gonna get respawns, don't worry about it, Mouse. Yes, dead permanently. Sheep is so sweet. Tiger was so cheerful. Yeah, they were both two positive forces. Sheep's death was bad. But what was worse is the fact that I let Tiger go down down here by herself. Was it my fault? I faintly could hear the conversation of Bunny and Horse in the background. I need to pull myself together. Okay, so I doubt Horse would have killed Sheep, so I can trust him. That's three of us. Three of us together. In an immediate 180, I turned around and marched up to Bunny and Horse. Horse, what's happening here? What happened here? Why are those two dead? Oop, sorry. I'm assuming you said I would tell you if I knew? Yeah, I would tell you if I knew. But it's so awful. It's so awful. It's so awful. Indeed. I have more grief for this than you. Sure about that? No. Oh, well, that's honest, I guess. Yeah, Horses, I don't know why, but Horses, like, he's just got a way of being funny without intending to. Like a giant firefight between two sides. Can I have a soda? Oh, the horse is great. But seriously, what happened here? While I talked to Horse and Bunny, Bunny had made his way inside the room and began to inspect the... I guess it would be a crime scene. I can simply tell you what I know. Sheep and I were looking around school together, then Sheep went to free Monkey from our restraints again. Oh, so Sheep went to help Monkey like that? Makes sense that I wouldn't be the only person who recognized the situation. Why, I thought this to myself, Horse continued to speak. In her stead, I continued to search through an office. It was right over there, near this library. A Horse pointed out the door, and indeed there was an office right by the library. I focused a lot when looking for things, so I was a little out of it. But back in the back of my head, I thought I'd heard a commotion nearby. I had left the office and came to the source of the noise. This library. There I saw it the side before me. Before I could inherit it, I felt a blow to the back of my head. To the back of your head. So someone knocked him out. Okay. A Horse is strong, but he's not invincible, so I guess someone could knock him out eventually. But the only people I think would be strong enough to do that would be Dragon, who is possibly a suspect now, and Tiger. And Tiger's a victim, so... the idea that someone could strike the head of someone this tall as Horse frightens me. Believe me, it shocks me just as much as it shocks you. Yeah, this definitely looks like shock to me. Anyways, the blow was strong and it took me a couple of seconds to get to my feet. When I did, there was nobody I could find, and I was still felt left with this scene. That's when you came by. I see. But man, to kill Pig, then Sheep and Tiger in such a short time span. Yeah, it'd have to be more than one person, right? Because that's two deaths, really. So, who is this monster? At this, Bunny walked back over. So I did a bit of investigating. If it makes you feel any better, sheep died very quickly. Crushed windpipe, dead. Just looks like that doesn't sound quick. Okay. Couldn't find any signs of tools used. I guess the windpipe was crushed by a hand. Very impressive feat of strength. Tiger didn't seem to have it so easy. The lamp on the desk. What's it with Tiger and lamps? Lamp on the desk. It hit the side of her skull hard that it bent. She also had a bruise on around her left eye. Oddly enough, there was a weird skull luchador thing gripping her right hand. Weird. Right. I don't know how that's relevant. And as for the thing that killed her, well, her throat is stabbed multiple times with a pen. Okay then. Well, we know that dragon is definitely dangerous with a pen, so this is not looking good for her. That's horrible. It definitely is. Yeah, and for Tiger, someone so raring to fight to get killed by that. Pretty shocking stuff. Say, Horse, you said that you came over to the library pretty soon after you heard the struggle. I did. And then the blow hit you came from behind. So yeah, Dragon has a habit of people being involved with people who. That's also a thing. Dragon and Tiger have fought before in a different timeline. Obviously, Dragon lost, so then she would have to have had help. But she's the only one who uses pens as weapons. Oh, that's odd to me. See, the library is the only thing. The library only has this door for an exit. It does have another smaller room inside, but that place is dead end. Boss, are you the other traitor? Why are you accusing me? I'm just saying, the evidence doesn't look great for you right now. No, I trust him. I did not kill either of them. Boss said this so sternly, so matter of fact. I don't know why, but for some reason it felt so genuine I couldn't help but believe in him. Yep. I think he might be telling the truth here, Bunny. Seriously, Mouse? I thought you were smart. Are you buying this? I'll admit this crime scene doesn't look great, but would Horse really kill sheep? Yeah. Okay then, what about Pig? What about Pig? Pig was shot through the stomach. It's not like the bullet was angled peculiarly downward or anything. It seemed mostly a straight shot. So unless Horse was on his knees when shooting Pig, I'd have a hard time seeing him as the culprit. Well, I guess that makes sense. Thank you, Mouse, for seeing reason. Anyways, you probably should go and gather the others and tell them all about what's happened. I'll stay here with Horse and investigate. Yes, separating off on our own. It's great. You do that. And once more I separate from the group and try to find the others. 1 dead, now 3, and we were dropping the flies. But I couldn't afford to linger about we had spent too much time in the back and forth with Bunny. Time we couldn't afford. I rushed up to the 3rd floor and to look for people, tell them what has happened. Is Ox dead? Because before long I found Rooster and Ox in the history classroom. Okay then. So at least they're both... Well, one person I wanted and one person I didn't. Okay, Mouse. Glad you're here. Please, come in and make yourself feel comfortable. What's wrong, Mouse? Why aren't you with Pig? Rooster was acting dumb and Ox caught on quick. Business as usual. Business as usual. I can't imagine that you'd let Rooster out of your sight, right, Ox? No, I can vouch for his location this whole time. Hey, right back at you, buddy. I've been watching you like a hawk. Like a rooster. Alright then, here's what's been happening. A few words quickly explain the situation to those two. That's awful, tragic. Unspeakable. Well, I guess it's speakable. Well, at least you've got an alibi, Rooster. Okay, then, so... That leaves Dog, Dragon, Snake. Yeah, those 3 out of... Yeah, because we got 3 dead. 4 people who aren't Mouse, 5 including Mouse, that's 8. So we're missing someone. Monkey's tied up. Yeah. So yeah. Those are the last 3 left. I didn't think this was actually happening. I guess Monkey was right to be concerned. No kidding. Anyway, I'm gathering everybody up in the cafeteria to try and discuss things. Okay, we'll head down there now. Right. After we finish this puzzle. Rooster, seriously? People are dead. And I'm so close. Wait, what are you talking about? We found this safe. We're trying to solve the puzzle to open it. Well, actually, I'm trying to solve the puzzle to open it. He's been putting random numbers coming. He never changes. I don't know why that feels reassuring. Rooster never changes. He sees the safe and punches in every combination possible. That's dedication. I can't. A lot of things I can't take away from Rooster, and I don't think I like him for it. But yeah. Okay. Hey now, let's not be so dismissive. Everybody has their own puzzle solving style. Just because you don't appreciate my style often doesn't mean you have to be mean about it. That's a good point, Rooster. Fair enough. I hate it when I have to agree with him. Thanks for taking one for the team, Ox. Well, somebody had to. Anyway, Rooster's not wrong that they're close. Even though we need to discuss what happened, we also need to find mana trinkets. Once we finish up here, we'll head down to the cafeteria. How's that sound? To be honest, I wasn't in love with that idea. I was trying to gather everybody in one place to keep people separated. To keep from people being separated. Well, so long as they stay together, things should be fine. Alright, just make sure you don't take too long. Trust me, I don't want to spend any longer in the room alone with Rooster than I have to. Why don't we just stay here, solve the puzzle for you, and then just go? I'm like right here, guys. I know. We know Rooster. The adult talking. And with that, I left to continue the puzzle solving. I jogged down the hallway, popping into more classrooms, trying to find more people. For too long, I ran into another unhappy pairing. Snake and Dragon were thoroughly inspecting the classroom in silence before I barged in. Mouse up. So the murders have begun. Uh-huh. Dudes, what are you talking about? I was running in here without a partner in a distressed state. The only thing I can imagine is leading up to a situation would be if people have begun to die. That's freaky. It's also not probably not right, but I also have no time to argue about that. Snake, I'm sorry, but that kind of drops you in it, doesn't it? Because not everyone would automatically... Because someone might be injured, doesn't necessarily mean dead. For its worth, you are correct in that people have begun to die. Seriously? Are you messing with me? Yep. Most unfortunate. Wait, then what's been the point of this person following me around? I thought it was to prevent killings. Yeah, that's what I thought too. Anyway, Pigs was shot from behind a door right in front of me. Then Tiger and Sheep were killed in the library and Horse was assaulted. Whoa. The hell's been going on? That's what I'm trying to figure out. For now, I'm gathering everybody in the cafeteria. We didn't ask if they're separated or not. Can you guys head over there? Sure thing. Without so much as another comment, Dragon walked out to the door and began to make way to the nearby staircase. I was made to follow her, but Snake grabbed my arm. I sighed, and I couldn't imagine anything good for coming from this. Do we get injected? Yes, Snake? What's with that tone of voice already? You know, Mouse, I'm starting to suspect you don't like me. Snake, we're in a high-tension situation right now. I'm not really in the mood for your whole deal. If you've got something to tell me, just say it. Okay, I was getting to that. Anyway, just to preface, this might not be important. I already view it as something of a stretch. Go get to it. Right. So recently, I have observed something unusual. Here's the thing. Before I could hear what the thing it was, I heard shouting. This was the second time, but so many times someone was cut off before saying something. To make it worse, it was Rooster shouting. Rooster, okay, who's killing Rooster? I was so tempted to ignore him, but unfortunately, it sounded pretty serious. Everybody, somebody, come quick. Is there a doctor? What happened to Ox? Please, it's a matter of life and death. We've got a situation on our hands. Another time then. And with that, Snake ran towards the sound of Rooster's voice, and I followed him. Of course I did. And when I got there, on the for the third time, it went so much time, I was horrified. My momentum came at the sudden stop, and the world would seem to spin around me. Before my eyes, The doorway in the classroom I left Ox was lying and bleeding out, dying. Like Pig, but he was not dead, but dying. His body was squirming, I guess, as his eyes caught mine. They filled with a mix of determination and fear. I couldn't keep his stare for long. My eyes dropped to the floor, and flecks of drops of blood had spurted everywhere. Ox's neck had suffered a nasty cut, and I suppose the blood had spurted out everywhere, like pushing down a gusher. Ox, no. My breathing became unsteady. Pig, sheep, tiger, and ox. Why were the best of us dying off? The best of us. I'm sorry, Pig, but I don't think you deserve to be there. One by one. Was I next? Haha, we're not the best one. Snake to my side, we kept notably better composure. Rooster, what happened? How should I know? I was at the closet, solving the puzzle Rooster style, so randomly inputting combinations. I resent that. Anyway, that's when I hear some really gnarly sound effects from behind me. Before I knew it, what was happening, Ox was on the ground right by the open door, dying. Immediately, I think to check nearby hallways because of course, who wouldn't? But I didn't see any signs of the attacker fleeing. So I call out for all of you, for you all. Ox, I can't believe he died like this. Nor can I. We were just here, Ox. Ox, you left us with Rooster. Rooster may resent the random combination style, but I resent Ox for leaving us with Rooster. He took one for the team and said, nope, kill me now. Now, as you mentioned that Pig was shot, why then was Ox killed with the blades? Well, the death happened in the doorway, right? Maybe the killer didn't expect Ox to be so close when he entered. And the knife. Where's Dog in all this? Because Dog's been missing, and the knife was better suited for close quartered kills, perhaps. Well, Tiger and Sheep weren't killed with a gun, so I don't know how much we can really put a thought on that. Maybe there are multiple killers. Yeah, I actually agree with you on this one, Rooster. But Monkey already admitted to being a traitor, and she's tied up. So there would have been only one traitor free. Oh, I didn't think that. Why leave you alone, I wonder? It's true. See, it does seem a bit odd. Why kill? Clearly because they couldn't handle my sick fighting moves, so they knew to bail. Honestly, I'm in the same boat as Rooster, because Pig was killed, Ox was killed, Horse was assaulted, so he's also in the same boat. Bunny was with us, so he's got an alibi. And good on them. So yeah, Dog, Snake, and Tiger. Dog, Snake, and Dragon are the biggest suspects. So wait, are you suspecting Rooster? Well, if the shoe fits, so to speak. Rooster, why aren't you getting upset about this? Honestly, it's just an honor to be nominated as the master culprit. I take it as a sign of respect. Why? Well, with all the blood that shot out Ox's neck, the killer should have clearly gotten a bunch on themselves. And yet the only blood is on me is a bit on my hand where I tried to stifle the wound. Thank you for actually trying to, like, slow his death, I guess. So Snake probably thinks I was able to run into the nearby restroom, wash myself off, and get back here to call you all over for Ox died to slash his throat, right? To be so thoroughly rebuked by Rooster of all people. Oh, that has to be a big, kick in the shin. This hurts. Yeah, that better hurt. I do suspect you, Snake. Look, we can all agree Rooster sucks, but no offense, Rooster. No, big offense. You should take some. But I don't think he's a killer. Besides, if he killed Ox, wouldn't the weapon still be here? See? Mouse gets it. Look, we really, really, really need to gather this group up in the cafeteria and debrief. If it wouldn't be so much trouble, I'd like to stay and investigate for a bit longer. If being by myself is a concern to you, Rooster, could you stay with me? No, no, why? Rooster's gonna end up dead, Snake. And it's gonna make you look suspicious. Oh, I've skipped because I was too busy monologuing. Yeah, I can do that. I really appreciate that if you could just go to the cafeteria now. I really appreciate it if I could simply examine the scene for a bit longer. I could have sworn that I actually heard a small crack in my brain at this point. Yep. It's pretty much how it goes. People, first Bunny, then technically Bunny and Horse as they chose to stay in the library. Now Ox and Rooster, and now Snake. Technically Snake and Rooster, but it's not Rooster's fault really. Okay, fine, whatever. Don't blame me if you get murdered. I won't. I will though. Honestly, thanks Rooster. You're the only one I can honestly just accept at this point. Thoroughly done with all that. I made my way to the staircase. Things were happening too fast. It was all just too much. Where is Dog? I needed to ground myself again, and so I made my way back to the cafeteria, praying that everyone left would be conglomerated there. So we have. Yeah, so everyone would have conglomerated there so we could have some sense of normalcy. However, as I passed the library once more, I saw a scene that nearly stopped me in my tracks. I nearly fell to the floor due to shock. This couldn't be okay. If Bunny and Horse or Dragon are dead in this room, we should just go on a murder spree. If Dog's dead, fair enough. It must have been a dream. It's the only thing that could have explained how quickly people die because the school has become a true hell. But it stood on my feet and I didn't even scream. I couldn't. Didn't want to risk alerting Dragon, who was crouching over a dead Bunny. To the side, Horse was also lay motionless, a bullet right through his head. God damn it, guys. Science pistol was dangling in Dragon's hands. Was disconcerting, to say the least. And we've left Snake with Rooster. Honestly, Dog's the only person who could save us, and Monkey, I guess. I didn't know what to do or say. I just stood motionless. However, it appears without even emotion, Dragon noticed me. Instead of making a move, she continued to examine Bunny. And then she spoke. Do you know how the Red Dragons were formed? No. I didn't know how to respond to a sudden conversation change. Now, of course you wouldn't. Some nice law student with a well-off family, you wouldn't know anything about it. See, the gang actually started out in juvenile centers. The prisoners are rough, I guess. Only the strong survive. And so, to survive, a bunch of criminals from the same area of the High Tower banded together. And they got out of prison. They stay together, survive together. Because that's what you gotta do. As far as I'm concerned, this man's more of a criminal than any of my friends. I mean, it's guys like him that ruined my community, brought us where we are. But I mean, in a much more literal sense. I knew his face from somewhere, but I couldn't piece it until I was reminded. This guy's a killer, shot an innocent man, and he walks free. But that's how it goes, you know? The judge didn't sentence the cop. Oh, is that who the innocent man was? It was a former boyfriend. And come to the election time, the police order endorses the judge once more. Someone from that brutal cycle, some scum like that. Makes sense that he'd do what he did. Still, even I'm surprised how brutal he's been. Dragon, what do you mean? I mean, this guy is the other traitor. Really? I come down to catch this. You've got the gun in your hand, and the horse was shot in the head. You expect me to believe? Alright, standing above, pistol in hand. I'm looking well annoyed, but he suddenly stops me. Tells me, wait a minute, and looks at this. He hands me a horse's tablet. Generally, I give him the time of day. I thought that a horse was the other traitor, and that was some sort of self-defense, but it turns out a horse was the determined personality. Oh, it isn't the determined personality at all. Wait, who? Determined? Determined was... Oh, sorry, what? I thought a horse was determined. It turned out a horse isn't the determined personality at all. Because it was desperate that, the mouses. And, monkey's content. And as I recognize that, Bunny pulls the gun on me. Yeah, no, we're clever, Ox is ambitious, Tiger's selfless, Bunny's victorious, Dragon's hateful, Snake is... No, Ox is accomplished, Snake is ambitious, the horse, I'm pretty sure, is determined, which the text said it isn't. Then we have Sheep, who's weak, Monkey, content, Rooster, dumb, Dog, defeated, and Pig, desperate, yeah. But I'm fast on. I knocked him on his hands, and give him a good uppercut, send him flying at the ground face first. So I'm assuming they're men desperate on that one. From there, I would beat the ever-loving crap out of him. Felt good, felt right, but who cares about that? After all the chaos and the darkness of the race, will tear away all of this, and all us survivors will write the truth. Yep, that's how the saying goes. For good measures, I grab the bus's lamp and choke him with the cord. Okay. We'll get 2 more lines out of this and we'll call it there. And like that, we're saved. So he was the other traitor? Well, I think we should find out on the next time. That was 2 lines. Thank you for stopping by and hope to see you on the next one. Goodbye.